Oh, that's so funny, the song that started playing. That's my intro song. Oh, this looks banging, Bren, thanks. Look at the animals.
That?
Fabulous, thank you. Oh, please say they can still come.
Maybe I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time. Maybe I'm amazed by the way
I thought you were having a
love
bath,
me.
no? Come in here instead. Thank you. Beautiful, thanks babes. That sun is going to be annoying. Right, I'll stay here until I get washed out by the sun. Oh, also I'm going for lunch. I need to keep an eye on the time. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll know, because I posted it last week, that we are pregnant again. I don't know, it might be a surprise for some people, or you might have realised, because I was really sick again at the start of this pregnancy. Oh, that's Sun. Hey puppy. I think I said in my Instagram post, but I have been in so much denial with this pregnancy. Like, I've just found it really difficult to believe. So I feel like I've been like quite weirdly like detached from it and quite dissociated from what's been happening, which has been quite a weird experience. And I also get a bit scared, really. Like, we lost Alfie at 8.5 months pregnant, and then since having him we went on to have 3 miscarriages before getting pregnant with this little baby. So this is like the furthest we've gotten since having Alfie. Well, 20 months ago, he'd have been 20 months yesterday. I feel like it's been like a long journey and it's been very difficult, but anyway, we're 6 months now. Well, just over. I'm 25 weeks, so due in March next year, so March 2022. I think sharing the pregnancy on Instagram actually really helped, because I was a bit scared, like, oh, if I post it, am I causing something bad to happen? Like, tempting fate almost. But then I was like, do you know what? Even if something bad does happen, this baby's part of our family now, like, always will be, and kind of deserves to exist as well. I just had no idea that pregnancy after loss would be such a head fuck. I think I was just so desperate to have a baby and to hold a baby. I was like so focused on that and like obsessed with that. I didn't really consider how it was actually going to feel and like how complicated it is. And then sometimes I do get excited or feel like joy, but that is then like immediately followed by fear. You know, like, what if baby doesn't make it home? And then that makes me feel so sad for Alfie, who didn't get to come home. And yeah, like, I still miss him every single day and wish that he was here with us. And I guess being pregnant again like reminds me of Alfie. So it's quite confusing when, like, I still want to have Alfie and I still want to be pregnant with Alfie whilst I'm pregnant with another baby. So it's like, I don't know, trying to figure that out, trying to make space for the two of them, I guess, like loving and missing and wanting Alfie, whilst also like making space for a new little life and loving this little baby as their own person, you know. I'm also still really triggered by other babies and people's pregnancies, which I'd hoped would get a bit better with us being pregnant, but no, it feels like beyond my control. Like, I can't even help it. I don't know if we've just been like robbed of pregnancy forever, like that having a joyful, naive, exciting pregnancy. And with Alfie, I was like going to like groups and coffee mornings and trying to meet other expecting mums, but this time I just feel like, ugh. But you know, like, it is what it is. We're just trying our best to get through. I'm actually going to make a video about pregnancy after loss as well, because it's helped me a lot to hear other people who've gone through pregnancy after loss who like have the same kind of crazy thoughts and feelings that I get. And I'm also trying to make like a pregnancy after having a history of an eating disorder video, but I just feel like I'm in such a different place now, and I don't know if I'm like the right person to do that sort of thing anymore. So yeah. Right, I'm gonna need to go and get ready in a minute, but quick like update on how the pregnancy's been, if anyone's interested in that. It feels so weird to just be like, listen to my life. The sickness was awful again, just like it was for Alfie. Like, the nausea, I couldn't stand up, literally wanted to rip the skin off my body, and that lasted until about 4 months, 5 months. Like, I still get nausea now, I have to eat very regularly, that kind of thing, but at least I can stand up and be out in the world doing things, which I'm so grateful for, because I know some poor people get it for their entire pregnancy. I've got that pelvic disorder again, I can't remember what it's called, like SPD or SPJ or something. So that's a little bit painful. I've also got placenta previa, where your placenta lies across your cervix, and so you can't give birth with that. So at the moment I have to have a C-section, but honestly I'm literally like, let's just get to next week. I really can't think that far ahead. We've changed doctors several times actually, because the doctor we had, who was so lovely, and she delivered Alfie, but it was just getting so difficult to go back to the hospital. Like, after going through miscarriage after miscarriage with her, I'd then like sit in that waiting room with pregnant women everywhere. Like, it was so busy, and they'd all like be so happy waving their scans, and I would just be sat there like crying my eyes out, like, we're having a miscarriage again. So yeah, it's just like, I can't go back there. So we moved to go to another doctor, but then she went on maternity leave. I didn't like her replacement all that much. So now we've moved to another doctor who the baby loss charity who we use in Dubai recommended, and she's lovely, and she's good with pregnancy after loss as well, which has really been so helpful. I've also just signed a new work contract for another 6 months, thank God, because my job was going to be ending on December the 6th or the 4th or something, like next week actually, and then I wouldn't have had any healthcare coverage. We'd have had to like pay for whatever healthcare we're going to need from now on, which would have been so freaking expensive, because you don't have the NHS here in Dubai or any equivalent. So luckily I have managed to extend with work, which is great because that was quite stressful. And we've been served a 12-month eviction notice on the house because our landlord is going to sell it next year, so we have to move out next year. She actually, when she contacted us, was like, yes, I'm going to need you to move out at like 2 months notice anytime in the next 6 months. So I was like, that's not going to work for us. So now we've got 12 months notice, so we'll be leaving next December, and we'll just have to deal with it then. And I feel like all of these things would have stressed me out so much in the past, but I kind of feel like, honestly, something we owe to Alfie, like, since going through like what we went through with him, I now just kind of feel like we can handle it, like whatever, we'll be fine, we will be okay. Like, I used to be so scared of like, this has to be perfect, this has to be perfect, what if this goes wrong? And then I'd stress and stress and stress, and now I'm like, we'll deal it, we'll handle it. And I know that's quite like a privileged thing to say as well. Like, I obviously have some security to be able to say that, like, if I lose my job or if we get kicked out of our house or whatever. But you know, like, it's still not ideal, like being pregnant without health insurance or being given 2 months to leave your house. But I don't know if I've just got a bit of a different perspective now. I'm just like, get this baby here safely, like, that is number one. And then anything else, like, we will cope, even if it's not ideal, like, we'll find a way, we'll get through it, we will cope. Right, gonna go and get ready for lunch now. I feel like I've bought all these beautiful like maternity dresses, and then I just spend my time in like leggings and a t-shirt or a checkered shirt. I meet my friends for lunch, and then we're going to go paddleboarding. I also tried to film Little Bump earlier because you can't really see from here. It's like, say hello little baby. But then Bren came up to play me this guitar song that he's learnt, which is beautiful, for my best friend who's getting married next year. So in the end I just ended up like filming myself whilst actually just really filming him playing the guitar.
First.
Go on then.
This is by her song for fucking her wedding. It's the hardest
song
in the world, by the way. It's got about 25 chords.
Go on then, go for it.
So
Betty, leave my Chris.
I've just learned this, I might mess up a bit, so it goes.
Now I do.
The way you love me all the time. Maybe I'm amazed by the way you love me. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time. Hands along the line. And then it goes up, way up here.
So I've woken up a little bit flat this morning. I feel like I was a lot more cheerful yesterday, so sorry about this, but I guess we're not going to be happy every day. I've woken up like thinking about Alfie, and the day he died, we had a scan booked 2 days later. So I've always got that, like, what if that scan was a week earlier? Like, like, could things be different? Things could be so different. Or maybe not, but, you know, I'll never know. It feels like quite a, like, heavy thing to live with. And, like, sometimes it just comes over me in those what ifs, like, it's just horrible. And having therapy has helped a lot, and I had EMDR treatment, which is like a trauma therapy. I think it's helped just with like a bit of acceptance, like kind of it is what it is, like even if it could have been different, it isn't. Like we just have to live with that. And some days it's really hard and it feels really heavy, like today, but I can't change it. I can't change it. And I'm just so sorry for little Alfie. Hopefully this video helps kind of explain my absences from Instagram and YouTube recently. It's just been a lot, and I kind of just sometimes think like I'm just not the right person for it anymore. But equally, eating disorder recovery is something I'm still really passionate about. And like being able to share forwards the stuff which has helped me and which I learned in my recovery from my psychologist, like that really means a lot to me to be able to do that. So I kind of just need to find my space with it now and work out how to do it in a way that I'm still looking after myself as well. So maybe I should share more things like quotes or recommendations of other accounts or podcasts, something like that. Like, I don't know, I need to figure it out. But I do want to show some life, and people are always saying like, we want to see like life beyond recovery, but I don't feel like I've recovered into a traditional, whatever that would be, life beyond recovery. I feel like I've actually recovered into like the darkest part of my life. And sometimes I just don't know how appropriate it is to show some things or how relevant it is. Like this is an eating disorder recovery channel, you know, like this is not going to be relevant for most people. And I also just don't always like showing all of my life. It feels a bit weird, like, I don't know, follow my channel, look at me, watch my life, like, it just feels a bit strange. Pardon?
I got it.
Oh, nice, thank you. Thank you, darling.
Maybe just put the straws as standard.
Use the reusable and then we can throw them away when we forget. Betty, you come in. No, it's chocolate. You can't have chocolate, you're a dog. You dog. Look at Betty, he's got the receipt stuck to him. Betty, what's happened? Oh no. Right, sorry the ending to this video has been a bit flat. Like, it should actually be a happy video, but you know, that's life. All sorts of emotions. Hey Bert. And I'll be fine as well. Like, I'll go and like light some candles, put some nice music on, have my coffee, like just do nice things for myself, you know. Like, I'm all about looking after myself these days when I'm feeling a bit sad, and hopefully I'll feel better later. But if not, oh dear, maybe it's just a bit of a sad day today, and that's fine. I bet he's got it stuck to his leg now. I'll try and post another video in the next couple of weeks, and lots of love until then.